Hey guys, okay, welcome back to another oversharing. Oh, camera's falling. Okay, so today I am sitting in a park and I just quickly wanted to talk because I just got done doing, drumroll please, oh my god, camera, doing a training for my new job because I did get a job since the last time we talked, which is funny because I guess, you know, when you speak it into existence, the universe listens and things come back to you. Therefore, I now am training for a new job. I'm going to be working with kids. So, pretty cool. I even got a nice little star, like a talking stick too. So I can be like, whoever has the star can speak. Bibbidi boppity boo. Okay, so this is like the end of the day makeup too. So I'm just feeling a bit washed out right now, but it's fine. I'm a little nervous about this new job because I'm gonna have to work with kids. Like I said, I'm gonna have to work with like 20 young children, and I'm a little nervous about that because, you know, I'm in LA, so it's a big city, so who knows what could happen and what kind of weirdos could show up and cause chaos and scary. We're just gonna keep this short. But I did film a few clips of me talking while I was in Colorado, as well as like randomly I think I filmed something else too, and I'm gonna include those here and we'll get back to it when you'll see me next, so enjoy. But every time I'm in a car, I just all of a sudden I'm like, this is a good place to chat to a camera and share my feelings. I feel safe. We're in Cedar Edge, Colorado, very small town. I just want to say, I would do this with 0 subs. Ew, I don't like how I said subs. I would do it with 0 subs. Shut up. No, let's say that differently. I will post videos, and I have been posting videos for a long time, and I would keep doing it even with nobody watching. Even with nobody watching, I would still be posting videos and still experiencing. Really? Okay, I'm gonna go look at a water stream really quick. And I guess that's really what I wanted to say is I would do it no matter what. Well, let's go look at the water. I'm waiting at the gate right now. Heading back to LA. Last couple days was good. We did a sweat lodge this morning, which was amazing. I can explain that in further detail if nobody knows what it is. It's a sauna, basically. Just know that. Alright, I'm getting on the plane now. Turn that off. Window, it's hot in here. Woo! Okay, so right now I am sitting in the parking lot because I got to my training early today. So fuck. Hey, so since I'm really trying to make this stay. Since I'm doing I guess it's now a compilation / a week of oversharing in my car. So hopefully you guys are vibing with that. But yeah, so nobody ever tells you how hard it is to actually put your camera up on your dashboard because this shit keeps falling and is quite annoying. So you would not have guessed how I'm in such a good mood now. Like an hour ago, I was in like horrible mood. I had this like pit in my stomach, anxiety, dread, and just wanted to do absolutely nothing today. Hold on, there's a car pulling in, it's loud as fuck. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna talk because this car is like idling just next to me and I don't know how long they're gonna be, so I assume there's somebody that's doing the training with me. And is probably also gonna wait in their car until it starts. So hopefully their car isn't idling the whole time, because that's also bad for the environment because it is emitting a lot of fumes that you should not be emitting, like Vox. And those things will stay in the atmosphere and fall acid rain, bad smog. Mind blown if you didn't know that. What I was saying is, you would never have guessed just an hour ago I was in the worst mood. I even woke up in a bad mood. Like, I woke up and actually did not feel good. Like, sometimes when I wake up, I feel like my stomach acid or something, like, rejects being awake. It's like, bitch, go back to sleep. But I need to get up. It was like 10 o'clock. I was like, I slept in. I was like, I need to get up right now. So anyway, I got up and I just was having like a bad dream too, I think. And something woke me up, and bad start to the day, right? Like, that's the worst. So I was trying to do things to make myself feel better in the morning, but nothing was working. Like, I tried some yoga, I drank a lot of water, I had food, I even took a walk, bought some groceries, because I ran out of oat milk this morning for my coffee. So already day was off to a just a weird, not ideal time in the morning. So I was like, I need to get out of this state. 1:52 right now. I should probably go in like a couple minutes actually. So I'm gonna make this quick. But basically, I was like, I need to get out of this mood because I have to do this today. Because I was thinking like, God, I wish something would happen where we canceled, or like I don't have to go. Like, actually thinking that, like, how do I get out of this? And I was thinking, no, you have to do this. Like, you can't just go your whole life being like, if you're in a bad mood, just thinking like, oh, I'm just not gonna do it just because I'm in a bad mood. And there was really no real reason for me to be in such a bad mood, right? So I was like, God, I need to get out of this feeling. And I did. I'll tell you how. Basically, what I did is, like I said, I tried to make myself feel better this morning, which didn't work right away, which was, you know, upsetting and like demotivating. But in the long run, it did work, right? So this morning, like I said, I did yoga, I walked to the grocery store, I got milk for my coffee, and I started editing a video. So only those four things already, although they didn't help me right away, right now, I feel much better. And I'm glad I did all those things. Because if I had just sat in that feeling any longer, I wouldn't have done anything. And that would have only made me feel worse right now, right? Like, thank God I actually pushed through those feelings and was like, I need to make myself feel better right now, even though it didn't help right away and I didn't want to be doing those things. Now I'm grateful I did those things because I feel so much better. And you know what else I did? Guys, I also did this to make myself feel better. I got myself a coffee from my favorite coffee shop, Ledre. It's super good. It's sustainable coffee and fair trade. The only thing that I'm gonna give them some negative points for today is all this plastic, like plastic straw, plastic. I don't even know, this is a pet one, so I'm not even sure if that's the best to recycle either. So I'm gonna give them negative points for that today. But the coffee itself is very good. This is the maple oat latte. It's good. It's pretty sweet. I usually don't like sweet things, but this one is good. It's like a maple syrup that they sweeten it with, so it makes it nice. Anyway, I got myself a coffee. And you might be thinking, okay, well, you just spent $8. Yes, $8 on a coffee. How does that make you feel better? Well, because I went out my way to buy myself something that I wanted. Not that I needed, but I wanted, because I knew that if I got something that I knew I liked and made me feel, you know, cute or whatever to walk into a nice coffee shop with a good atmosphere, I was gonna start to feel better. And so I did that. And guess what? I feel better. I literally feel better now. And I don't know if it's the caffeine. That's probably why I'm talking so fast. But I feel freaking better now. I, you know, still have a little bit of this like dread in my head being like, oh, I don't want to do anything today. But suck it up, I have to do stuff today. So I'm pushing through, and the coffee is definitely helping. So moral of this story, I guess, is to do things even though they're hard, even though they're uncomfortable. You have to do those things. Sit in that uncomfortability and push through. Take it from me for today. If I had done nothing, I would be feeling so much worse now. And I'd still be in that state of like, I want to make myself feel better and just like, you know, self-deprecating, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking so fast. I guess this is strong coffee. So that's really what I wanted to say. I do have to go now and go to my training before I am late, because I hate being early and then making myself late to things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally in the parking lot. I just gotta go. Okay. I know I'm not in the car right now, but I just felt like I had more to say. The choices that you make seem infinite until it's the past, and possibilities are now all one past. They made a good analogy that was like your hand and your arm. So it's like all the different paths you could take for the future, eventually they become one path that you take. And it's the past. And when we get older, we're gonna look back on these choices that we made, and there would be no, you know, undoing them. Have someone in my life who looks back on their life with a lot of regret and thought of, where did it go wrong? Inspiring to hear other people's perspectives and other people's shared experiences. I think that's a beautiful thing, not in my algorithm. Because I try to focus a lot on hearing positives and I don't have shared experiences where, per se, my immediate family is like close in a way, but like we are close, but it's definitely a struggle sometimes because, you know, my parents are divorced, and although they are able to be friendly, it's definitely something that I almost feel like, how do I put this into the right words? They triggered one of those future paths that formed who I am, right? For some reason, there's this like weird thought in my head that because of that, I am not gonna be as fortunate. Does that make sense? Because people have more normacy in their lives, I almost feel like they can achieve more. I'm just like saying it right now as I think it. Their lives where their parents are together, maybe they have siblings, they've never lived in different places. It almost feels like their lives have set them up for more success, or maybe it's just easier because they don't have the fear of what a life can be like. Does that make sense? I've lived in a lot of different states at this point, which I'm actually like think has formed me into a really great person and a really like well-rounded and a great worldview and lots of perspectives. I also have this fear of knowing. To kind of put a pin in that thought and just jump to the resolution is everybody's always going to want more, and if you always think that you could have more, the grass is always greener on the other side, then you're never going to actually be able to appreciate what you do have. Anytime you complain, there's always someone else complaining more, or there's always somebody else wishing that they had what you have. There's always somebody else out there thinking that. So there's no point in actually, or I don't know if there's no point, but all I'm trying to say is comparison is the thief of joy. You are in control of your life and your decisions. And yeah, other people can influence you and other people can sway you, but at the end of the day, you are still in control of you, of your life, of your thoughts, of your actions. I'm still learning too, but even the choice to stop comparing is a choice. The choice to try to rewire your brain, not easy, but even those are choices that you can make right now. Fill in the blank. You know, there can always be somebody who says, I wish I had that, you know, or I wish I was you. And you're always thinking, I wish I was them. But like, when do you just stop and think, thank God I'm me? Because thank God I am who I am. And the age you are, no matter where you are, what job you have, what career you're on the path towards, you still have all these choices, and never think you're stuck. Never think you're in a cage. Never think that you can't break out of it and change your life. There is always opportunity. You just have to find it. You have to seek it, and you have to actively, even small things, even big things, actively move towards them. No matter how long it takes, consistency. Even if it takes decades. If that's something you really want to get, and I'm just being really broad, very broad right now. If that's something like, it's a certain career, it's a certain person you want in your life, it's a certain attitude you want to take on, a certain look you want, there are things you can do to achieve that. But obviously, don't set yourself up for failure either. I will like say things that I am feeling like truly, but then I think, well, my actions say differently. Like I can say that I'm not going to make any decisions, but I am, because I have made a lot of decisions in my life that have been really great, because I've been good at making decisions. But it's almost like the imposter syndrome, just like not knowing my identity, because I think just putting it out there is a way to then self-reflect and realize, like, hey, actually I am better at that than I'm saying I am, so like, why am I even saying that? And I think that's also a great thing you can do, is this writing them down, these thoughts that you can have in your head, really makes you think like, oh shit, like maybe I'm making it up in my head, and I'm just like actually preventing myself from like getting to that next step, because I keep just thinking these thoughts, but when I say them out loud, I don't believe them myself. Did that make sense? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now, because I feel like I'm making less and less sense. Or here it is, like things that you have said so much to yourself in the past that you still think you are to this day. I think in the past I used to tell myself a lot that like I wasn't good at that, or I wasn't like that, or I don't act like that, I think I would tell myself a lot back then that I still almost like, because I thought so much of it back when I was younger, that now that I'm older and I have evolved so much and I have changed, that I still have like echoes of these thoughts that I had when I was younger, that now when I'm actually saying them out loud, that I'm like, actually I don't think I am that person anymore. I think I have actually changed, and I think that was due to those choices I made. I was like, okay, I just read that self-help book and like I don't feel much better, but actually thinking about it now, I'm like, I'm so happy I read all those books, because they definitely formed my brain to what it is now. But I still have, again, those echoes. So maybe that's what I'm feeling like when I'm lying, is that I don't actually truly think about myself that way anymore. Just go back to just saying those things, is because I used to just, I'm actually not that person anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely day, and I just want to leave you actually feeling good about yourself. So know that you can do it, and you are amazing, and research, learn, visualize, and know that you are capable of whatever you want your life to turn into. Even if it's hard, even if you think, oh, well, they have it easier, or you have it easier, or blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Put that aside, make your own decisions, and stick to it, and just try to be the best person you can be. Read books, walk outside, connect with nature, connect with your friends. Try to put yourself in other people's shoes and visualize, see perspectives, travel. Those are the big things that I would just say very quickly, just to end the video off, to give you guys something, give you guys more solutions that you could actually work with if you were thinking, oh, how the heck do I even like get to that point, right? I think those are great ways to do that. So if you really like this video and you want to see more of me, please subscribe, like, and comment, and I will definitely read all of your comments down below. And I really thank you for supporting me and watching this video. If you watched up to this point, you're awesome, you rock, and yeah, sub, like, comment. See you later.